with a bit of a quandary. I was wondering if you guys have ever experienced losing your love for film. If so, what do you do to fix it? Because recently I've begun losing mine. Ever since I was a kid, I was always known as the movie guy. I'd never stopped talking about them and saw older films that no one in my class had seen except my teachers. I would see at least 2 movies a week, but now it's a miracle that I see 1 a month. I tried joining a film group where we'd talk about a movie, but felt like a fraud due to them talking about movies I'd never seen or heard of when everyone else in the group had seen them. I especially felt this way during my Oscars watch, where I watch some of the way this is written is throwing me right off. Oscar watch, where I watch every Best Picture before the ceremony, but besides Everything Everywhere All at Once, Avatar 2, and All Quiet on the Western Front, every other movie had left no real impact on me. Like a wave crashing at the shore, eventually leaving no trace it was even there. This has been really bugging me since I feel like I'm losing a part of my identity, and would like to know if you have any advice, as I always admired you guys' knowledge on film. Thanks, and sorry for the long message. Yeah, I feel for you, kooky art. It's never much fun. I've never had this happen with movies, but I've had it with like other mediums, like games or sometimes music. I'll go through like phases of like really just listen to music like crazy, and then have to reel back a little bit. But yeah, that's quite a quandary when you feel like it is wrapped up in your identity. Like, have you ever struggled with that? Like, it would be kind of a huge issue if you woke up and didn't like movies the same way.
Yeah, I haven't had an issue with that, but I mean, like, I can understand, like, if other things in your life are things that you spend time doing, then that, I mean, you've just made different priorities, or maybe you need to not work as much or something, you know? If it's like, I don't know, it kind of seems like the problem solves itself. If you want to fit more time to do it, you can do it more. You just have to take away time from other things. And if you don't want to take away time from other things, then, you know, so be it. That's the decision you made.
Who are you doing this for? Because it's like, what, are you just trying to do it because you're known as the movie guy? Like, if that's the only reason you do it, that's not going to be sustainable, is it? And you are going to crash. But so don't feel bad if if you're not connecting with stuff at the moment. Like, maybe take a break, and in a year and a half you'll suddenly get some kind of crazy itch and then jump back in. Like, there's no, time is a currency, like you get to choose what you do with it. But yeah, don't feel bad about it.
Here's my advice. Stop being a movie guy and just become a Sardonicast guy. And then you can shame other people for not having watched the recent episode of Sardonicast and be like, what the fuck? You're not the Sardonicast guy.
Yeah, you can just like pretend that you've seen movies and just ape YouTubers' opinions.
Yeah.
That's always a choice you can go down.
I've always wondered like what it would be like to try and bullshit and try and talk about a movie pretending you've seen it, like talking about specific, like I wonder how vague you could get. You know? Yeah,
no. This is a great minds think alike moment, because I've always wanted this exact same thing. And I was like, I reckon it wouldn't be that hard to like make a fake channel and just not see any new movie that's coming out, but just kind of steal like the odd sentence here and there from like certain reviews.
Just so like parrot
it would not be difficult. Like not even seeing a single one of these movies, but just like collate like a bunch of like loosely linked stuff and then just present it as if it's yours. Like I reckon that would be easy.
Yeah, you know what? You could get an AI to be a movie reviewer, and I think that they would actually do really well. I think that they would do really well, because a lot of people really just want to hear their own opinions expressed back at them. And so a lot of really popular channels are like, oh yeah, this movie that everyone loves, it's great. And so, and then it's like, well, I don't know. In my opinion, like, I don't know what kind of like service you're even providing anymore. If like there's nothing, if you just have the opinion of just the box office, right?
Yeah. Like on Tomatoes or any of it.
Yeah. You know, not saying that person shouldn't exist on the platform. I just don't get anything out of it personally. Yeah, it's interesting to think about that. I am convinced that you could do like AI movie review channel and it would do very well. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's basically like what Watch Mojo already is. You know? Like, it's like one step away from it.
Yeah.
You know, so like, yeah. That's the other thing too. Like, just in the space of us doing this podcast, all this AI stuff is now it's just here. Like, that's just the conversation now.
Love it.
Like, AI is just intrude. Like, that's how little amount of time it took for that to start intruding into like
True.
artistic spaces and conversations. I think that's just going to get crazier and crazier. It's like, it was already before this stuff. Like, when you see questionable posts on social media, it's like, yeah, that's probably not real. I'm not even going to think about that ever again. But now it's like, just every image you see, every video you see, it's like, what even is reality anymore? I can't even like get a good read.
I'm up for the challenge. Love it. Love a good challenge. Challenge my reality. We're going to up the difficulty on life.
Yeah, it's hard mode.